I grew up in Wantirna, which is a suburb in the southeast of Melbourne. I was a bit of a tomboy. I loved climbing trees. I loved kicking a ball around. I loved riding motorbikes with my cousins. I studied a media degree at RMIT in Melbourne, and the reason I chose media is because I was interested in all sorts of things, and I thought that the media was all-encompassing, so if I went down this path I would still be curious about all aspects of life, meet all different people and be involved in lots of different things. I didn't realise I was queer until my early 20s when I just graduated from uni. In my first job outside of uni, there was a producer on this TV program who was a lesbian. She was a bit older than me, she was very cool, and I just totally fell head over heels for her. Like, for the first time, I just had these irrational feelings of attraction that had nothing to do with my head or rational thinking. It was just like this animal instinct. But that for me really confirmed that I was queer. And when I came out, all of my friends at the time and friends for growing up were like, yeah, we could totally see that. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? That would have made my life so much easier. When I came out to mum and dad, they were shocked at first, but they were ultimately very supportive and loving, even though the initial reaction was a bit like, oh, you know, I think their vision of grandchildren and the world that they'd envisaged in their heads was going to be a bit different, but it's all good now. I think I've been pretty fortunate in that I haven't faced too many challenges. I think in some positions I've been conscious of the way I present myself. I can remember working on a TV show and sitting in a makeup chair and the makeup artist doing my face, and I just felt so uncomfortable because she made me look so glamorous and I had all this eyeshadow and blush and lipstick, and I felt awful and I didn't feel like me. And then the next time this happened, I said, oh, see how you're making up the guys? Kind of just do that, really. Like, I just want to look really natural, you know, for the camera. So from then on, that was how we did it. I play for the Flying Bats, who are an inclusive queer women's soccer club. Apparently we're the oldest and largest queer women's soccer club in the world. I love my club because it's very inclusive. So we play in a women's league, but we have this inclusion policy where if you feel that this is the club for you and you're comfortable playing with us, you're welcome to play with us. So we have people from across the gender spectrum on our club. In high school, my role model was my literature teacher called Mr. Fallu. His daughter is a lesbian, and I didn't know I was gay back then, but he would often talk about his daughter, and I had a really close relationship with him. And so perhaps he saw something in me that I didn't yet know about myself, and was always just a really lovely, kind of nurturing mentor to have. If you're a young person and you're struggling with your sexuality or your gender identity, I think connecting to community is really important. And when you're just starting out or recognising a particular part of yourself, that isn't necessarily easy at first, but there are various organisations that can help you on your way. For young queer people in New South Wales, there's organisations like 2010 that support our community. There's Q Life, which is the national support service for queer people of all ages to find support. I would also connect to LGBTQI community groups, whether it's Mardi Gras, whether it's a sporting club, whether it's even, you know, taking a best mate and going to a queer club. Even if they're not gay, if they've got your back and they love you, they'll support you on your journey. So I think it's a combination of all of those things, but ultimately surrounding yourself with loving, caring people who affirm who you are.